Kelvin has obviously been missing since the first game of the season. It's been a little while now, and just to sort of help people understand the nature of his injury, it's not necessarily a break or anything like that, but it's almost the case where this type of bruising is probably more problematic, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it was a strange scenario the way it happened. I mean, he jumped and landed awkwardly going up for a header, not on anyone's foot or anything. He just landed with his full weight through his heel against Grimsby, and we haven't seen much of him since. Seen nothing of him in terms of training. I know Kelvin well from the Northampton days, and he's a warrior, and he doesn't miss football lightly. He's been in a lot of pain. We had it x-rayed to start with and there was no break, but still a lot of discomfort, so we sent him for a scan, and that revealed quite substantial bleeding in his heel. So obviously every time you put your foot down, you've got a problem, and when you're playing as a centre back and all the rigours that goes with playing 90 minutes as a centre back, it's not been easy for him. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. He feels a lot better. Certainly this bank holiday weekend probably will be too soon for him, but we'll sort of have a look midweek next week and hope for Braintree, fingers crossed. But again, he's a big player for us, a leader in the group. And we have missed him, there's no doubt, in terms of heading balls out of our box especially. We've missed him.
And is it almost the case, not to wish it upon him, but obviously if you've perhaps got a hamstring or a grade 1 tear where it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks for recovery, then you're back in, at least you know where you are with that. But this has altogether been a bit more complicated for everyone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, sort of went down the route of the x-ray to start with, because to make sure there was no hairline fracture or anything in and around that area. Because he just couldn't put his foot down, and I knew he was struggling at half time. He's not the sort of fellow who wants to come off a field of play in mid-game at all, so we had to bring him off. He couldn't put his foot down, and since then it swelled and there's some bruising coming out straight away, so clearly there was an issue in there. The x-ray showed nothing, but the scan, which is a little bit more in-depth in terms of soft tissue, etc., showed some quite heavy bleeding, so we've got to be careful with him.